What's up, Nurse Cheung Bestie? Welcome to Math Bootcamp with Mr. Cheung. It's me. In this series, we're going to cover each and every single topic that you need to know for the math section of the ATIT exam and work through some practice questions together. In this video, we're going to focus on order of operation. Let's get started. So first, we need to understand what is the order of operation. We got a mnemonic, right? PEMDAS. P-E-M-D-A-S. When P stands for parenthesis or bracket, E stand for exponent, MD stand for multiplication and division, and AS stand for addition and subtraction. So if you look at this right here, this setup, we know that we're going to do parenthesis first, and then exponent, and then MD. Look at MD. They actually pocket side by side from each other. So what does that mean? What that means is they don't take priority over each other. You just go through it from left to right on the equation. Just like the AS, how it set it up. Addition and subtraction don't take priority of each other. You perform it from left to right on the equation. So let's do some practice and see what that means in the equation. So our first example, 8 plus 6 divided by 2 multiplied by 4 minus 3. So first, let's check out our PEMDAS, right? Do we have P, parenthesis in here? No, we don't. So we are good there. Do we have exponent? We don't have that either, right? So next, we need to do multiplication and division, right? And since they don't prioritize from each other, we go through it from left to right. So let's look at the equation. So we know that we don't do the 8, right? From left to right, we'll do the division first. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. So we drag the rest of them down, multiply by 4 minus 3. So now, next step, right? We still have a multiplication here. So let's do that next. So we drag the 8 down, 8 plus 3 times 4 equal to 12, and drag the minus 3 down. So now what's the next steps? We finish all the multiplication and division. It's addition and subtraction, right? So from left to right, we need to do the addition right here first. So 8 plus 12 is equal to 20. We drag the minus 3 down, and then the last step, right, is 20 minus 3 equal to 17. And that will be it. Isn't it fun? So now let's step it up a notch. Let's look at the next equation. 5 squared minus 10 divided by 2 plus 3 multiplied by parenthesis 4 plus 2. So let's go through the PEMDAS rule, right? Let's work on the P first. Do we have any parenthesis in there? Yes, we do, right? So let's take care of that first. So we just drag everything down. 5 squared minus 10 divided by 2 plus 3 multiply. So we do the parenthesis first. 4 plus 2. Inside the parenthesis, we have 6, right? So any more parentheses left? No, we don't, right? So next, we need to do the exponent, right? Do we have any exponent in this equation? Yes, we do. We have 5 squared, right? So what does 5 squared mean? 5 squared mean is equal to 5 times 5, because we just 5 times itself twice. So 5 times 5 will get 25. Now we have 25 minus 10 divided by 2 plus 3 times 6. All right. Do we have any more exponent left? We don't, right? So let's move on to the next step. Next step is multiplication and division. So let's see. We got two different sets right here, right? We got 10 divided by 2 and then a plus and 3 times 6. Since 10 divided by 2 and 3 multiplied by 6 is separated by addition and subtraction, so we know that these are two steps that we need to do, but we can do it simultaneously to save us some steps. So how does work? So we're going to drag the 25 down, right? Minus 10 divided by 2. We know that we have 5, right? We drag the addition down. And 3 multiplied by 6, we know that is equal to 18. See? We already skipping steps, right? As long as they are separated by addition or subtraction, we can do it simultaneously. But it's still from left to right. So now, do we have any multiplication and division left? We don't, right? So what's the next step? We do the addition and subtraction from left to right. So what is that first? Will be 25 minus 5 is equal to 20 plus, we drag the plus 18 down, and finally 20 plus 18 equal to 38. And that will be it. Let's do some more practice on this. So now we got next set of questions. 18 minus 3 times parenthesis 2 cubed minus 4 close parenthesis plus 12 divided by 3. So we know the first step is do the parenthesis first. So what is this right here? 18 minus 3 times, what is in the parentheses? We got 2 cubed. Even within the parentheses, we got exponent need to be taken care of first, right? So 2 cubed is equal to 2 times itself 3 times. So 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. So we know that this 8 right here need to still minus 4 within the parentheses plus 12 divided by 3. And since we only take care of exponent on this step, we still need to continue to do the parentheses next, right? So let's do this. 18 minus 3 multiplied by 8 minus 4 is equal to 4. And then drag the rest of them out. 12 divided by 3. So now we clean up both parentheses and exponent. We can do multiplication and division, right? So let's see. We got 3 times 4 right here, the first set. And we got addition right here to separate the second set, 12 divided by 3. So we can do that simultaneously to save us some steps. So what we got? 18 minus 3 times 4 equal to 12 plus 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. So now we took care of all the multiplication and division. What is next? Addition and subtraction, right? So we still need to do it from left to right. So the first one is 18 minus 12 is equal to 6. We drag the plus 4 down. And then the last step is just 6 plus 4 equal to 10. Voila! More practice, it'll get quicker and quicker, right? So let's do more practice. So next question we have 3 plus parenthesis 8 minus 5 close parenthesis times 6 divided by 2 squared. So according to PEMDAS, we need to start with parentheses, right? So let's take care of that. So we have 3 plus 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. And we just drag everything down. Multiply by 6 divided by 2 squared. Next step is we got an exponent, right? We got 2 squared. So we know that 2 squared is equal to 2 times itself twice. It will be equal to 4. So we can replace that right here. 3 plus 3 multiplied by 6 divided by 4. So now we know that we need to do multiplication and division next, right? So we got 3 plus 3 times 6 divided by 4. So we know that based on the operation, we need to do the multiplication from left to right. So we know that we need to take care of 3 multiplied by 6 first. So how does that work? We drag 3 down plus 3 times 6 equal to 18. And then we drag the divided by 4 down. So now next is 18 divided by 4. So let's do the calculation first, right? 18 divided by 4 is equal to 4.5. So we know that 3 plus, it will be 4.5. And the last step, you just add them together. Then the final answer will be 7.5. So now, since we have so much practice on the PEMDAS rules, let's take that off the screen and see if you can remember how to do that. So with this example, we got 9 plus 8 times parentheses 6 minus 2 per close parenthesis divided by 4 plus 3 cubed. What do we need to do first? P, right? Parentheses. So let's do this. 9 plus 8 multiplied by 6 minus 2 equal to 4. And we continue to drag the rest down, right? Divided by 4 plus 3 cubed. So now, do we have any more parentheses left? No. So the next is what? Exponent. It's a 3 cubed. What does 3 cubed mean? 3 cubed is equal to 3 times itself 3 times, equal to 27. So let's put that in. 9 plus 8 times 4 divided by 4 plus 27. So what's the next step? Multiplication and division, right? Since we have 8 times 4 divided by 4 right here, so we know that we need to do the multiplication first. So what does that mean? 9 plus 8 times 4 equal to 32 divided by 4 plus 27. So we still have a division left over here, right? 32 divided by 4. So let's do this. It'll be 9 plus 32 divided by 4. We got 8 plus 27. What's the next step? We got addition and subtraction, right? From left to right. So we know that 9 plus 8 equal to 17 plus 27. And the final step, 17 plus 27 equal to 44. And that will be our answer. See, you got this. Super easy, right? So now let's look at the next example. We have 50 minus bracket, then parenthesis, 12 divided by 3, close parenthesis, plus 2, close bracket, multiplied by 4. So when it comes to double parenthesis, we do the most inner one first, then do the bigger one. So let's do this, right? So the most inner one we have is 12 divided by 3 right here. So we know that we need to do that first. So what we have, 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4, right? And then we put the plus 2 down and multiply by 4, right? Now, since we still have a bracket, right? Bracket is just a different version of parenthesis. It's just a bigger one. So we still need to take care of that. So we have 50 minus 4 plus 2 equal to 6. Then we drag the multiply by 4 next, right? Now we know that obviously this question don't have exponent. So we know the next step is multiplication or division. So in this right here, we have 6 multiplied by 4. So we have 50 minus 6 multiplied by 4 is equal to 24. And voila, we'll come down to the last step. 50 minus by 24 equal to 26. And that will be your correct answer. Ooh, we got a lot of practice on the PEMDAS rule. So now we need to introduce something called negative number. Negative is important because when it comes to negative multiplication and division, we got little rules that we need to remember, which is when two signs got multiplied or divided together, if they are the same, you will get an answer that is positive. No matter it's positive multiplied by positive, you'll get a positive. Negative multiply or divide by a negative is equal to a positive. So the only difference is when a negative multiply or divide by a positive, you'll get a negative number. Which also a positive multiply or divided by a negative, you will get a negative number. That will be the rule that you need to remember when it comes to negative number within multiplication and division. So let's do some practice to reinforce this knowledge, right? So our first example, we got negative 5 plus parenthesis 3 minus 8 multiplied by negative 2 plus 6. So how's that work? The rules of PEMDAS still here, right? That never changed. So we know that we need to do the 8 minus 3 first because they're within the parenthesis. So how does it look like? We got minus 5 plus 8 minus 3 is equal to 5 multiplied by negative 2 plus 6. So next step is we got multiplication and division. So we got 5 multiplied by negative 2. The reason why you need to know the multiplication and division of negative number because in the TEAS, your calculator do not have the negative function for you to do. So you need to actually do them as a number first, and in your brain you need to figure out what is my answer yes after I multiply or divide both numbers together. Is it a positive or negative? So in this case, we drag the negative 5 down plus 5 multiplied by negative 2. So we know that 5 times 2 is just equal to 10, right? But in this case, we got a positive number multiplied by a negative number. What we have as an answer? A negative number, right? So we got negative 10 right here, and then we drag the plus 6 down, okay? So now, what is the next step? So the next step is we need to do the addition and subtraction from left to right, right? So we have negative 5 plus negative 10. So when you open this parenthesis, what is that equal to? This is just equal to minus 10 plus 6. So that's another trick, right? When you have a negative number parked next to addition, it means that once you open this up, it will become a subtraction. At the same time, if, for this example, if a minus negative 10, once you open that parenthesis, your answer will become plus 10. The same rule apply when you open these parentheses, just to make sure you get this concept. So in this case, a negative 5 minus 10, we will have negative 15 plus 6. So now it continues, right? Negative 15 plus 6 will get negative 9 as our final answer. It got a little bit complicated, right, with the negative number. But it's okay. With a lot more practice, you got this. So let's do another example together. So we have parenthesis negative 3 close parenthesis square minus 4 times 5 plus parenthesis 12 divided by negative 3. So let's do this together, right? So first, we need to do what? Parenthesis. So let's do this. We got negative 3 squared minus 4 times 5 plus, inside the parenthesis, we got 12 divided by negative 3. So first is, we do 12 divided by 3, right? 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. And since a positive number is divided by a negative number, we know that our answer is going to be negative. So it'll be negative 4, okay? So next, we have exponent, right? So we got a negative 3 squared. What does that mean? anything as exponent is just the number multiplied by itself how many times? In this case, twice, square. So we have negative 3 multiplied by negative 3. So first, we do 3 times 3, right? 3 times 3 is equal to 9. The next step is we need to figure out is our number positive or negative. So we have a negative number, multiply it by a negative number. Based on the negative number rule, what we have as an answer? We have a positive number. So we know that it's just 9. It means that we have 9 minus 4 times 5 plus negative 4. So the next step is what? Multiplication and division. So in this case, all we have is 4 times 5. So our equation will become 9 minus 20 plus negative 4. So now the next step is we need to solve this right here, right? Plus minus 4. So once we open that bracket, what would that change to? It will change to 9 minus 20 plus and minus. Once you open that, become minus 4. Okay? Because of this right here. Become minus 4. So now the last step, right? It just do addition and subtraction from left to right. So we have 9 minus 20 equal to negative 11 minus 4. And we know that negative 11 minus 4 equal to negative 15. With negative number, you definitely need to be careful, slow down a little bit, and figure out if my negative number changed to the positive based on the multiplication or division rule, or is based on are they parked next to addition or subtraction and how that's going to change. With practice, these formula will become a second nature in your brain when you do all your math calculation. So let's do more practice. So now we have 10 minus 4 times 2 cubed plus negative 6. The rule still apply, right? We need to do parenthesis and then exponent. So since we don't have any parenthesis, we have exponent. So let's do this. 10, 4 multiplied by 2 cubed. 2 cubed is equal to 2 times itself 3 times, right? Equal to 8. So we know that this is 8 right here plus negative 6. So now we'll do multiplication and division, right? So we need to take care of 4 multiplied by 8. So what is that? 10 minus 8 multiplied by 4, 32 plus negative 6. So now we know that with negative number next to addition, we need to convert that, right? 10 minus 32, adding a negative 6 equal to minus 6, right? Since addition with a minus next to it, when you open it, equal to a subtraction. So now we can just do the equation from left to right. First thing is 10 minus 32 equal to negative 22 minus 6, and negative 22 minus 6 equal to negative 28. And that will be our answer. Super fun, right? So let's do another example. Negative 9 plus 6 times parenthesis 2 minus 5 close parenthesis minus negative 3. So first, we need to take care of the parenthesis, right? So let's drag everything down. Negative 9 plus 6 multiplied by 2 minus 5 is equal to negative 3, right? Minus negative 3. Next step is what? Multiplication and division, right? So negative 9 plus 6 times negative 3. So we do the what? We do the multiplication first with the unit. 6 times 3 equal to 18. So we know that there's an 18 here, right? And then a positive multiplied by a negative number, we maintain negative, right? Minus negative 3. There's a lot of symbols here, right? That's why when it comes to negative number calculation, slow it down, take a deep breath, and make sure you don't miss any sign. So first thing first, let's convert all those numbers, right? So we got negative 9 plus negative 18. What does that mean? It's just equal to minus 18, right? And then minus negative 3. What does that convert back to? A minus and a minus here equal to what? Positive, right? So we add 3. So now let's do the calculation from left to right. So negative 9 minus 18 is equal to what? Negative 27 plus 3. And negative 27 plus 3 is just equal to negative 24. Voila. So now let's step it up a notch. Whoa, what is this? We got 40 times 30 divided by 6 over parenthesis 3 plus 2 close parenthesis multiplied by 2. Man, that's a lot of symbol, right? It's super easy once you break it down correctly. So with this big old thing right there, if we break it down to something we can digest, it will be big parenthesis 40 times 30 divided by 6, everything as a whole, divided, right? We know that this line is equal to divided, so divided. Big old thing right here. So we use bracket this time. 3 plus 2 times 2, and then bracket. See, we can do this, right? This is easy. So first, we do the most in the parentheses, right? What we got here? We got right here is 3 plus 2. That's the most in the parentheses. So let's do this. 40 multiplied by 30 divided by 6, close parentheses, divided by 3 plus 2 equal to 5 multiplied by 2, right? So now we do the next parenthesis. We got next parenthesis in the section here. We got 3 numbers. So we do this left to right, right? And same thing here. Within this parenthesis, we do this left to right. So what does that mean? So the first step is 40 multiplied by 30 equal to 1200. Drag the divided 6 down, divide it, and then we got 5 multiplied by 2 within the parenthesis, right? So we can convert that at the same time, equal to 10. Are we done yet? No, we still have an extra parenthesis here we need to do, right? It's 1200 divided by 6. So let's do this. 1200 divided by 6 is equal to 200 divided by 10. And the last step, right? It's just 200 divided by 10. We can do this. Equal to 20. Look at this. Super easy, right? Within 5 little steps, you can convert a super complicated setup to a basic answer. 20. Practice, practice, practice. Like I always say. Now, let's do one more. 6 plus 8 multiplied by parenthesis 8 minus 1, close parenthesis, over 4 plus 3 cubed, right? Let's set it up to something we can digest, right? So let's do a big old parenthesis. 6 plus 8 multiplied by parenthesis 8 minus 1, big parenthesis. We know that this is equal to divide, right? And then a big parenthesis, 4 plus 3 cubed. Voila. So the next step is what? The next step is parenthesis. So let's drag everything down. Big old parenthesis, 6 plus 8 multiplied by 8 minus 1. We know that that is equal to 7. This divided still is the same. Divided 4 plus 3 cubed. Now, we know that next we need to do is exponent. We only have one exponent here. It's this 3 cubed. So we know that 3 cubed is equal to 3 times itself 3 times, equal to 27. So let's rewrite this equation, right? So we got 6 plus 8 times 7 divided by 4 plus 27. Okay? So now, with the next step, yes, we're still doing everything inside some parentheses, right? So we know that we need to do multiplication first. So what does that look like? 6 plus 8 times 7, 56, divided by 4 plus 27. So now we're still doing parentheses, but this time we're focusing on parentheses is the addition or subtraction inside the parentheses. So we can do this simultaneously, right? So we know that 6 plus 56 equal to 62 divided by 4 plus 27 equal to 31. And the last step is just 26 divided by 31 equal to 2. That would be our final answer. See, with practice, it will go faster. The step will go faster. You can do certain steps simultaneously, then just skip more steps. But the main goal is it just practice, practice, practice with order of operation. And then everything will become like a second skill set in the back of your mind. And you just, that's it. You can ace this. You can ace this. And that's everything you gotta need to know when it comes to order of operation. And as always, if you have any question, make sure you leave it down below. We love answering those questions. And head over to nursecheungstore.com where there's a tons of additional resources to help you feel more confident when it comes to the ATIT exams. And as always, I'll catch you on the next video. Bye!